October. Of course, it's still mid-October, which means it's still the Atlantic hurricane season. Let's take a look at what's happening out there. We do have one area of disturbed weather. It's in the southwestern Caribbean. It's not going to do much other than just drop a lot of rain as it crosses the Yucatan Peninsula, but once it makes its way into the western Gulf of Mexico, it's about a 1 in 3 chance that it becomes at least a tropical depression. The Gulf Coast states are going to have to keep an eye on this thing, but it's not likely to impact our weather directly. Farther out there in the Atlantic, we have an area of disturbed weather tracking closer to the Caribbean, but the upper level winds are going to become very unfavorable for this to even reach tropical depression status, just a 10% chance of that. And then we have tropical depression number 15 out here just off the coast of Africa. So it is way out in the eastern Atlantic Ocean. Looks likely it's going to become tropical storm Nestor over the next couple of days, but it's going to stay in the eastern half of the Atlantic Ocean. So nothing that's going to directly impact our weather around here. The only concern we have this morning is a little bit of fog trying to develop. Visibility is down to just over a mile right now for Rocky Mount. The coastal plain counties more likely to see that fog developing, but in the Triangle, things are looking fine so far. 50 degrees from Keenan Memorial Stadium. There's clear skies overhead, but with those clear skies and temperatures dropping down to the dew point, that's when we can see that fog developing. I think just a little bit of patchy fog this morning. Lots of bright moonlight over NC State's campus. Temperature stands just above 50 degrees, right at 51. Some high clouds in the distance, but those are not going to slow down the warm-up once the sun comes up. But they're not doing much to hold any warmth near the ground. 49 in Raleigh, 47 Durham. The cool spots, 41 degrees in Roxborough, and then 43 in Henderson, Lewisburg, and Siler City. The warm spots farthest south. More 50s on the map in our southern counties, but that's not bad. In fact, it's very normal for the middle of October. The patchy fog will rapidly burn off once the sun comes up. Temperature still right around 50 at 8 o'clock this morning, but we warm up to around or just above 70 already by noon, and then into the mid to upper 70s, despite increasing clouds this afternoon. No rain out of those clouds yet this evening, so dry weather even with mostly gray skies overhead before the sun goes down. Temperatures get a little warmer farther south, but just by a degree or two. Puts you into the upper 70s for Fayetteville, the Sandhills, and the southern coastal plain. Mid 70s farther north along I-95 and along the Virginia state line. All these temperatures running about 3 or 4 degrees above average for the middle of October. The rain holds off until late tonight. Clouds overhead by this evening, but the rain still off to our southwest. That starts moving in by midnight, but that first wave of rain will evaporate in the very dry air over central North Carolina. We'll see that rain more likely to hit the ground as we head into tomorrow morning. I think it's going to be a wet commute early on Wednesday, wet throughout the first half of the day with widespread rain likely, and then more gaps beginning to show up by early afternoon. Will dry out tomorrow evening, and the temperatures really drop off. Only 60s for highs Thursday and Friday. Overnight low temperatures, the coolest that we've seen since April, Friday and Saturday mornings. Next chance of showers heads in on Sundays, but nice weather for the opening of the State Fair Thursday and Friday, and good weather on Saturday for the first weekend day of the North Carolina State Fair.
Yeah, no rain for this morning's commute, but tomorrow, we'll have to really walk people through it tomorrow.
Yeah, kind of plan ahead for that already.
Go ahead and start getting in your mind. Well, I'm leaving early tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, it's 5:52, and so far so good, Paul. We're looking